My name's Mike McGeehan, and I've been going to CFC for about 1 year. So, I grew up in a family that loved me, but I think sometimes didn't know how to show that they loved me. And when I was very young, my parents separated, and I was too young to remember it now. But because of it, I lived with my mom for a while, and then I moved to live with my dad and my grandmom for a while. And with that, there came a lot of uncertainty and not really knowing where you fit in and knowing if you're loved or if you're accepted. It was a little bit confusing, and it was hard, and it caused a lot of pain. As I got older, I tried to understand it, but it was hard to understand. I couldn't understand it, and because of it, I had a lot of acceptance problems, and I wanted to be accepted so bad, and I didn't feel like I was accepted at home, and I didn't feel like I was accepted at school. So because of that, I tried to fill myself with all sorts of things, and I never felt satisfied, and I couldn't get it. I didn't know why I didn't feel satisfied. In 9th grade, I started going to this youth group because my friend, who really wasn't even involved in the youth group, invited me to the youth group. And we started going, and then it was very clear that the people there were different from my family and my friends. I found myself going back to it because for the first time, I felt accepted and I felt loved. It was a different kind of love. It was unconditional, and I didn't have to be anything or do anything. I soon learned that the reason why they loved me was because they had accepted Jesus into their lives. And after learning that. I wanted to know, who is this Jesus? I never learned about Jesus, and it was exciting, and I wanted that. I wanted that relationship that they had and they talked about. So in the spring of 2005, I accepted Jesus into my life. And after that, it wasn't a huge change. I wasn't perfect. I still had hurts and pains and struggles, but I knew that God was there, and God began changing my heart towards my family. He began changing my heart towards my friends, and then over the years, God has really been teaching me that He is the only thing that's going to fill me. And I think of Jesus at the well talking to the woman, and the woman's just getting her water, and Jesus is telling her, I can give you living water. And sometimes I can relate to that, and I can think of trying to fill myself with just name anything and trying to own it and thinking that it's going to change something in my life, but it's not. The only thing that's going to change me is Jesus. I believe that it is important to share Christ with people, because I believe that there's people that are just like how I was when I was in 9th grade, and someone invited me, and I only went to that youth group because someone invited me. And if that person hadn't invited me, I probably wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting today. And I believe that there's many people out there just like that they're just waiting for an invitation. And if we would just invite them, then I believe that God could really change their hearts and change their lives. My name is Mike McGeehan, and I believe that one seat can make all the difference.